Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Well, we can just this little bit of sound check.
ผมนึกถึงคนไทยที่ไปพิมพ์ตอนนาซาว่าเขากลัวเขาจะกลัวเหรอ
Okay, good. So I think we can start. So first of all, let me say welcome everybody and good morning, especially to our friends from Japan, because there is late in the morning, in the afternoon. So welcome. And today we will present you our last release of Roadside survey. We will focus on the release 6.0.2. Okay, so for our customer, all the procedure to open a new project are well known, but let me repeat for the non-customer people, just to have an idea on how to start the software and how to open a project. Okay. I cannot see the chat. Okay. So to start the software, just double-click the link. For now, forget this window. This is to set up a special database if you need to manage many at one project at the same time. So for now, you can simply close this first window and wait for the main window application. Okay. So, this last version has been released in these last days. Some of you have already installed in their workstation. And this version is providing multiple improvements for many tools and features, especially in section environments and in map configuration. So, as you know, to start a project, you must open a project pressing this open button, search your project location, and open the relative database. In this case, as you can see, this is a SQL database, and simply press open. At this point, on the left tree, you have the list of the road of this project. For this demo and from this webinar, we will use a project with only one road. To open the door, to open this road, you must double-click on the name of the road. Okay, once you see this little red dot, meaning the position of the system on this road, the software is ready to start. Just let me say two technical words to obtain this version. A link to download the executable to install this release will be sent to our customers by our customer care in next days. So for them who still don't have this last version, simply send an email to our customer support, and they will reply with the link to download the executable, and you can install it by yourself. If someone of you is interested in a demo release of the software, we can send you a viewer version of the roadside survey and a demo dataset too. The viewer is fully working, just like this version we will see this morning, with the exception of save and export features. So you can open project, you can open cameras, you can open point clouds, make section, make whatever you want, but you cannot export and save anything. If you are interested, you can email me. I'm Ernesto Ronci from Siteco, or you can simply send an email to the info general email or support email. Okay? Okay, once the road is open, you can open the imagery window. This survey has been made using a system equipped with a ladybug, so the operator can choose to open the single frame camera or open directly the spherical view. The spherical view has been improved in this last version. Some tools has been added. We will see it in some minutes, and probably you can use it, but let me repeat some feature to move around on the 360-degree window. If you scroll the mouse wheel, you can go forward and backward on the trajectory. You have an echo on the map, the red dot, your position, or better, is your trajectory. If you want to move around on the 360-degree window, you must keep pressed Control and pressing the left click on the mouse, turn around on the 360-degree imaging. If you want to zoom inside this window, keep pressed Control and scroll the mouse wheel. And you can move and zoom wherever you want. Okay? Before to continue, let me spend just two words on system requirements. You will receive these new release notes. This is the release notes for 6.02 version. So the minimum system required are an 8 GB of memory and 16 GB of virtual memory. The installation is typical occupy 1.5 GB, and we suggest strongly at least 512 MB OpenGL graphic cards. The suggested system requirements are these one, strongly, so 16 GB of RAM and 32 of virtual memory, and at least 1 GB. The software has been tested on Windows 8 and Windows 7. These work even in Windows 10, but it's not fully tested, but it works on Windows 10. I can be sure that the software will work even on Windows 10. 64-bit version, sure. So, just 2 words on the data structure. Now we are looking at this kind of project. It's on the server, in our server. This is just to say to you that the software can work locally on your disk, or can work if your data set is on your server or on a cloud. So it's not a problem. You can open project wherever you want. As you can see here, there is the set of oct file. These files are in oct3 format. This is a format for point cloud. So in this project we will use oct3 format, but the software still works with bin format laser, as it was in the past. And in this version, the software can manage SQL DB database and, like in the past, Access database. So it's up to you to use the preferred format, both on database side and on laser side. In this case, we will use SQL DB database and Octave format. Let me only say that for calibration projects, I mean the project that the operator uses to calibrate the laser, the software must use the bin format till now. We are working to let the operator use the Octave for calibration too, but at this moment you must use the bin format for the laser if you need to calibrate your lasers. Okay, so let's return on the map. Like in the other version, you have a map. You can move around the map. You can check your trajectories. Nothing has changed here. So we can return here on Ladybug spherical view. And let me introduce the first new command and new tools that you can find on this window. We have these two tools, horizontal section and vertical section. In previous release, if you remember, the user must before charge the point cloud and after make section on this. In this new release, you can start directly with section, with a simple pressing horizontal section or cross section. Let's start from the horizontal section. Okay. So this section has been realized with an amount of laser data. You can define this kind of size of point cloud using the point cloud settings button. Here it is defined in this way. We have a box size of 20 meter and the minimum range of minus 20 meter behind the system and 20 meter forward the system. So we are showing something like 40 meters of point cloud. As you can see here, there is a triangle. This triangle indicates the orientation of Ladybug camera in the spherical view. If you change the orientation of Ladybug, you see in real time that the triangle is moving. This is because every window you will open in the software is linked to the other one. Okay? In the previous version, only for the horizontal section we had some improvement in terms of performances and speed to load the laser scanner data. In this release, in the 6.02, the same improvement have been added even to the cross-section window. Okay? As you can see, when you open a cross-section, you have the echo of the cross-section on the view. If you move forward and backward the cross-section, you see the echo of this movement on the main window. And again, if you move the cross-section here, you see the cross-section moving even in the horizontal section. So again, every window is linked to the other one. So now let me introduce one of the main changes of the section environments, and it's called tracking mode. Okay, these two little feet here. If you enable the tracking mode on the section and on the camera view, if you want to draw something on the camera on the section, the camera automatically moves on that part. This is to easy find the point you are drawing. You can see the camera is following my mouse here. So this makes easier to find your word, to find what you need to draw. Okay? This works both on the horizontal section and on the vertical section. It's very important to understand this aspect of windows for the sections. Once you have opened a window, let me switch off the tracking. Once you have opened the window and you are displaying this point cloud, this window will work only with this amount of point cloud. I mean, if I don't close this window and I move on my trajectory here, till don't close this window, the point cloud will not automatically update on the position. If I want a new section, I must close these sections and open it again to have the new position and the new point clouds. Okay, this is a different position of the point cloud. Everything is clear till now? I think you can enable your microphone, because it's easier for me to understand if everything is fixed or if you need some further information, because the chat is not okay. Let me introduce another tool that has been added in horizontal section, and is this tool, vertical section. This vertical section is very easy to use and very important, because you can create vertical section directly from the horizontal section. Let me show you. If you simply make a line here and give a buffer to this line, you open a vertical section on the point cloud. And it's very easy to create many of these vertical sections, as many as you need. Okay. Again, every section is linked and every section is reported in the main view. So the operator automatically knows how many sections has in this environment and where the sections are. Just a minute, let me find one other new command. With the maximize, if you go here in view, maximize, you can maximize your view and have a larger area to operate with point cloud. Once you finished to work in maximized view, you can simply go back here. It's just to save space on monitors on the section. So, just 2 words about some tools that we have added in this version, like the snap. Many of you knows perfectly these features: snap lowest point, snap to highest point. This feature allows the operator to draw on the lowest point of the point cloud. It can be very useful when you need to draw some sidewalks. For example, this is a sidewalk and you want to pick up the lowest point. So it's easy to draw a line on the lowest point of the sidewalk, because the software automatically chooses the lowest point on the point cloud. Another feature is the project onto plane. I mean, this is a 3D point cloud, so it means that if I pick up a point, I pick up a point directly on the point cloud. So you can see here the height, 84.07 for example. When I move around, I see that this height changes because the point cloud is a 3D cloud. Now it's 86, 84, 85. But many reasons, for some specific drawing situation, you may need to draw directly on the section plane. The section plane is identified from this number and from this ruler. You can move the section plane around, up and down, as you wish, and you can fix a level of this section. In this case, it's 85.79. If you are interested to draw directly on the section plane, you can enable this button. You can enable this button, and you will see that you are drawing exactly. Let me zoom in just to make it clearer. You are drawing exactly at 85.79 because 85.79 is the level of this section. So I'm not snapping on the point cloud for the height, but I'm fixing the height of my drawings directly on the plane. When I finish this line, when I finish to draw, the option automatically deselect. This is for security reason, because normally you will draw on a 3D world, and only sometimes you need to draw on a 2D world. So for security reason, this option, project onto plane, will disable every time you finish your geometry or every time you shift the command. You are here or you want to change what you need to draw, point, polyline or polygon. If this project onto plane is enabled, when you pick up another drawing tool, this will disable automatically. And this tool works exactly on the vertical and horizontal section. Okay. In this case, you see that if I move the position of the plane, You see that here in this zone the section is moving. Okay. And if I want to draw exactly on this white line, I can enable this project onto plan, and when I draw, I'm actually drawing on this line. Okay, this is exactly the last line I've drawn, so you can see it exactly on the section position. Every section can be configured with two parameters. First of all, the buffer size. Okay. In this example, we have a buffer of 83 centimeters, and no part of the point cloud is inside. If I enlarge the buffer, now this part, this blue part of the point cloud is appearing here. So if you are interested on this part of the point cloud, you can reduce the buffer and move the point cloud on the point of interest of your point cloud. For example, this is a wall. This is a second wall behind. And again, if I don't know where I am, I can see enabling or disabling the view of the section on the Ladybug window. If I don't know where I am, I can enable the tracking mode, and the software automatically gives me to the position I'm looking. So it's very easy to move between section and windows. Any question on this aspect?
Yes, I have one question. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Now I can see that there is a polylines and circles on the drawing tool, yes?
Yes.
And what about area function? Is there a possibility to draw area?
Yes. You can draw polygons, for example, area.
I mean not closed polygon, but I mean area, because in our country there is requirements for drawing, so the road should be selected like area, the road should be selected like area. So is it area or is it closed polygon?
What do you mean for area? Just to...
Area, I mean, you know the function in AutoCAD area. There is like a plane, I mean. Like a hatch which have area.
Okay. I understood.
You know hatch, yes?
Yes. Now understood. Hatch. Yes, sure.
So when we draw a forest or grass or house, we have to use hatch.
Okay.
It should be like area. So is it possibility to draw areas?
Directly inside the Roadside survey as a standalone version? No. But if you use the AutoCAD plugin, you can enable the hatch command in AutoCAD and pick points on the plugin. So the result is that you have the hatch on the AutoCAD picking point from the plugin. Okay.
So, like I understand, I can create hatch with some G codes and attributes by myself, inserting some already having blocks, yes?
Sure. once this standalone software, now we are looking at the standalone because it's easier for me to show you every command. But this is an information that I will I had say to you during this webinar.
So I like I understand on CAD there is the same functions like we in
Yes.
CAD, and so we can use this, yes?
Exactly, but the advantage of use this as a plugin of AutoCAD is that you can use the command from AutoCAD and simply pick point and position on the plugin. Okay, so if you need to draw and hatch on a wall of in a house, you can select the correct hatch you need in your AutoCAD project, select the correct layer, and pick point in the plugin, pick point on these windows, and the result is that you have your hatch in AutoCAD.
Can I ask another question? Okay.
Sure.
So on AutoCAD we have our plugin, yes? This is plugin in our country we use for drawing everything for topography.
Yes.
There is some layers, G-codes, attributes, yes? Can I use this plugin the same time to use it with your product? I mean, I push the line from other plugin and draw in your window.
Yes, I mean, this software can be configured with some symbols, manage layer, as now we have an example layer, okay? Can you see this window?
Okay.
You should
Yes,
configure this part of the software with your layer style, with your line style, line type, colors, layers, and so on, with your blocks, and etc. And once you have inserted in this window your AutoCAD specification,
Blocks?
it's blocks or line type. It's simple because, I don't know, you select this, in this case, I don't know, guardrail, no? Guardrail layer. In this structure, the guardrail is yellow, the line type is this one, okay? And when you draw a line here, okay, you see now is yellow, the line, because actually
Yes,
you are drawing in the guardrail layer, and when this line is viewed on AutoCAD, because you are using the Roadside plugin for AutoCAD, this layer has exactly the dimension, the line type of your project.
Okay, that looks good, but there is other questions going on. So, and what about attributes? All kind of lines and points should have attributes, and they should be entered by the situation. I mean, if the road is concrete, yes, so it should be selected with concrete. If the road is some, I don't know, ground, so it should be selected the other attribute. What about attributes in your software? How it is managing?
The attribute, you can manage attribute once you finish your drawing. The attribute can be managed directly in AutoCAD. I mean, you can take geometries, layers, line type, and scale, and everything else, picking point directly on these windows. And if you need to change the attributes of this, I don't know, you need to change the hatch kind, the hatch type, the hatch style, you can change it in AutoCAD as you do normally.
Okay.
I mean,
But
I will try to explain that this software inside the AutoCAD.
like I understand I can change it on properties. Yes,
Yes,
functional
yes.
properties. You set properties, you change. Okay. But like I understand, we create layers on road sits. Yes.
And in AutoCAD.
Every line.
Yes.
But if I need more attributes, I mean, it should be more field than it is in basic line.
No, you
I
create.
mean, there should be the surfaces names and other the surveyor name, the surveyor qualification number, and that's on. So can I create these layers on your Roadside
I mean,
software?
every kind of these geometries are not simple geometries, but are geometry inside a database. Okay? So you can configure the database inserting the column and information that you need. Okay? We can.
So I can understand. I make one time all attributes which I need, and I'm happy. Yes.
Yes, but for this specific question, for this specific customization of, I don't know, the plugin of Roadside Survey for AutoCAD, if you are interested, we can fix a specific web meeting, a specific demonstration to go deeper and have, like to say, have the tools ready. I will prepare a demo of our AutoCAD plugin, okay, and we can manage all these aspects and try it with your specification. We set up your specification in a first analysis in this panel, the panel I showed you before, okay. We can prepare all your layers, attributes, and blocks, everything, and after that we can try to draw what you need to draw and to change what you need to change. I think it's only a question to configure the database behind Roadside Survey to match your requirements.
Okay.
So you can send me an email and we can fix very quickly a dedicated webinar, a dedicated demo at this point for you if you are interested in how to improve the joining between our plugin and AutoCAD.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, no questions.
Perfect. So, we can continue. Let me close this part. Okay. The operator can move using the scroll or directly choosing change. For example, you need to go to the position 100 meters from the start. Okay, the software automatically goes there and opens the view there, and everything is it's the same as before. Or you can, this is a very simple project because I have only one route, but there is this tool, load route. Okay, you can double click on your route of interest, okay, and the software automatically goes there. I'll try to show you in real time because you should use two monitors, but okay, you see that the position of the mobile mapping has changed. Okay? Just imagine that if you have a very complicated project with many roads, you can choose from the list or simpler, clicking on the map. We have talked about only section, but the point cloud can be shown directly on the point cloud window. And the point cloud can be turned and twisted everywhere in real time on the 360 degree. And sure, if you can draw on the section, you can draw even on the point cloud superimposed on the window. To draw, you have point, line, and polygons, and drawing method. In this case, you are snapping directly to laser point, or you can snap on a local plane. The software choose a group. Let me zoom in just to make it easier to see for you. The software choose a group of point, compute a local plane, and pick point on this local plane. Let me change the color of the guardrail because I cannot see here. Yellow on yellow. Okay, you have the chance to draw on a local plane, and this local plane is computed using a group of point cloud. In this case, it really doesn't make sense because the point cloud is very, very dense. As you can see, it's very difficult to find a point of interest where you don't have a point cloud. But in some situation, can be useful to use this local plane to pick up point. Another aid to keep point is this one. This tool allows the user to pick the point at the center of the circumference. So you need to click at least, let me find some place where it can be useful. Out of the sun. Probably at the beginning of the road. No, don't be. Okay. For example, we have a manhole here. There is a circular shape on this manhole. You can be interested in the center of this manhole. Okay, we can take it from the section because it's easier. Okay, I don't know if you can see this circular yellow shape, but I mean with this center of circle through 3 points, the operator can pick 3 points on the circumference, okay, and have, manhole. And have the symbol on the manhole at the center of the manhole. Let me delete. Okay, this is an aid to improve the drawing, like the higher and lowest point, higher and lowest depth. Okay. I've disabled the bitmap of the point. Okay, now I'm drawing only symbols, only there is another useful tool if you lost your orientation or your zoom, you don't know where you are. Pressing here reset the view of the ladybug. What else? For the user, for example, it can be interesting to have this, to draw a line on a facade, select the line, and compute the vertical section through 2 points. Demo. Okay, the effect is this one. I try to do it with only one step, but I will repeat it. Okay. Everything on this window can be exported as DXF file, 3D-LAS or PTS, but for the export, especially for the export of point clouds, we have a dedicated export dialog window. You can access to this window from this point. Here, export data. You can export point cloud, images, the camera orientation. If you have a profilometer and the information of profilometer on your survey, you can export pavement analysis, DXF file, georeference bitmap. One of the simple way to export data is to export point clouds. To export point clouds, you can export on XYZ Faro format in DXF, but if the point cloud is very big, I strongly avoid this method. You can use the last file, for example. If you have many roads, you can select the current road or select many roads from the list. Here, if you have 10 roads, you can select all the 10 roads or 2 or 3 roads from your database, from your list to export. You can choose if you have if you have a road with forward and backward, you can choose to export only the forward, only the backward, or both. In this case, it's only forward. And export where you want to, the target folder where you want to export your results. And in exportation settings, you have some more information. For example, from this version, it's possible to insert timestamps in the last file. You can apply the control point correction if in your project you have enabled and you have used the control point. Michael Bury knows perfectly how to use it. You can choose to give to the last file a local origin, because as you perfectly know, some 3D software doesn't like big number for coordinates in point clouds, so you can cut off some digits and don't use the UTM coordinates, for example, and work on a local origin directly in the export phase. You can filter by quality, you can filter by point discretization, you can filter by angles. In this case, we are exporting the whole point cloud, so from 0 to 360 degree respect to the mirror orientation, so the whole point cloud. Or you can choose to export by height. The reference point is the IMU level, so just assume that you want to export only the road part. You can say, okay, I don't want anything else above my IMU level. It's supposed that the IMU is on the car, so the height of the IMU is something like 1 meter, 1.5 meters, and you want to export only the lower part, so from the level of the IMU to the ground. Or if you are interested only in facade, it's exactly the opposite side. Minimum 0, maximum 50 meters, I don't know. Or if you are interested in a complete wall point cloud, simply decheck this by height reference IMU. If I remember, in the last version this was selected by default. Now the default is unselected, like this should be. And simply after press export. In exportation, I forgot to say that in Exportation Panel you can choose the chainage of the road you want to export. For example, this road is 4 kilometers, and now in this case we are exporting from 0 to 4 kilometers. But the operator can decide to export from kilometer chainage 1000 to chainage 1002 and so on. So you have the complete control of your final last file or of your final georeference bitmap and so on. From this version, the operator can import drawings in their section environments. Let me show it to you. For example, here I should have something. I have the technical drawing of this part of Bologna. And if I open, for example, the horizontal section, I can enable the view of the map as background. This map can be a DXF file, a shape file, or a georeference TIFF. Okay, you see in blue there is a technical drawing of Bologna. This can be very useful if you need to survey and make topographical drawings. You can upload here your drawing and follow the drawing directly on the map. To do this, it's very simple. You must go here in Map, add a vector layer, so add a DXF or shape file, for example. You have this one here. Save the map as project in this format, as map. This is a proprietary format, I don't know, webinar. Map, save, okay, and then link this map to a route. You choose the route name. In this case we have only one route, but you can choose the route you need to join with a map, in this case urban routes. Open and press add link to current map. At this point you have linked the webinar map to your route. In this case the map is quite the same, so now we have linked to map to the same route, but it's not a big deal. Once you have done it, you simply press Save button on your main project window, and you got it. You have your map behind your section environment. Other things that I can show you, we have improved the point color patterns here. We have many patterns here to display the point cloud, specific for faro, for Z&F, and for example, black to white, white to black, some rainbows that the operator can change to have different color paths as they prefer to show the data. These are the main new functionality and tools of this version, and nothing. I can say that there is a general improvement of the software on the speed side, on the performances to charge the point cloud, and the very good improvement is that now you can manage up to there is no limit on section that the operator can manage. So in manage you can open more than 10 or more than 100 sections to fit your point cloud to your drawings needs. We have shown the tracking mode, the DXF and map. I think that nothing to add on the new feature of this release. If you have some questions, we are here to reply.
Yes, I have some questions. Talking about polylines, points, yes. Let's take an example. I'm doing topography and I want to draw 10 trees, yes? The same 10 trees. What should I do? Should I every time check the point button, select, or I just can one-time selection make and to put on the drawing 10 trees?
So you need to draw the position of 10 trees. Only to draw the position?
Yes.
Okay. So first
let's take now, I can see the lamp, yes?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Lamp, light, yes?
Okay.
So can I now draw 2 lamps on the one selection?
2 lamps on one selection?
Or I mean, I should select every time I need to draw a lamp, or I should just one selection and take 2 points?
No, the selection remain fixed. Now this is a lamp because you are operating on this. I want to replace the symbol directly. Tools, drawing settings, viewpoints with bitmaps, apply. Okay. For example, if I understood your question, now I have a point. I pick up the symbol of pole or vertical sign. Pole. This, for example, is the symbol of your lamp. Okay?
Yes.
You can go here and pick point for the lamp. You have this symbol. After you scroll, okay, there is another lamp exactly behind. So it's difficult to see. Let me be not so precise. Okay, I can click here, and you have the other lamp, and so on. You don't need to.
Okay.
While you don't need
Every
to change
time it's selected.
the kind of the lamp, if you are drawing always the same kind of lamp,
Okay. Okay.
you can go.
Okay.
And till now, I've showed you only the way to draw directly on the point cloud. But if you are not interested in precision, I mean, for GIS application, and you can be satisfied of, for example, half a meter of precision, you can use directly the monoscopic positioning. So this, you can see the vehicle plan. You can configure the system with the vehicle plan and configure it quite good just to have the level of your ground or a plan that you need to draw into. And with a click without point clouds, you can simply place your point and go without cloud, without waiting the charging point cloud, and you can be very, very quick. Okay? Understood what I mean?
But I heard correctly, it's about half of meter accuracy of this on the situation.
Once the vehicle plan is well set up, you have something about 10 centimeter of accuracy, because you are
10
not.
centimeters.
Yes, because I'm picking point in this way. No, I'm not zooming every time to see what I want. Only because if I want to be very quick, I can be very precise. But if I have my time to be here and zoom correctly, and I configure the parameter of this plan quite good, I can click this point and be quite sure that this point has 10 centimeter, because pixel is 10 centimeter.
Can we now align with the point cloud, this point you selected?
Sorry?
Can you check on the line, the white line on the road with stereoscopic mode and with LiDAR data? Can we?
Let me understand if I understood. For example, you mean pick up a point here with stereoscopy, and after pick up a point with laser?
Point cloud. Yes. So this is stereoscopic is not the same as we watched it before?
No, before it's monoscopic. The monoscopic work in this way. The software automatically computes a plan, okay? The position and the orientation of this plan are defined in your database, okay? And when you pick up a point, this is the command, vehicle plan, okay? When you pick up a point here, for example, you are pointing, you are assuming that my mouse is touching my plan, okay? Just imagine that if you pick up a point here, you cannot match the plan, or if you pick up your point here on the facade of this car, you are not pointing here, but you are pointing the projection of my mouse position till the plan. So it's only for speed purposes. if you want to pick up point with good accuracy and without point cloud, or because you don't have the point cloud, or because you don't want to use the point cloud, I suggest to use stereoscopy. With the stereoscopic, you need at least 2 points from 2 different positions, okay? And now you have that point linked there. Let me disable the bitmap, okay? You have this point linked here, and if I take this point with the point cloud, I can have the same accuracy, more or less the same accuracy. The only difference between the 2 points, the only difference is due to the parallax that I have from the stereoscopy. Nothing more. Because when I pick up on the point cloud, I pick up directly a 3D point. When I use stereoscopy, and I on 2 different frames, and I assume that the point is the same. But I have the parallax effect, so I can have 2 or 3 centimeters of error.
So, okay, so with stereoscopic mode, we can do some measurements if point cloud doesn't...
Is not available.
Is not available, yes?
Sure. Sure, it's the same. Finally, you have a list of points or place mark, this place mark 23, place mark 24. This 23 has been measured with stereoscopy, and this one with the laser. You see here,
okay.
The difference is
no difference.
6 centimeters, and no, it's not the same because it's another one. Sorry, stereos are there. It's this one. Okay. But
so
10.04 and 10.11. Okay. This one you have 8 centimeter and 20 centimeter here.
Okay. And 40, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure, if you need, because you don't have the point cloud, and if you need to use photogrammetry, I suggest to don't pick up point at this scale. You should pick up point at least, I don't know, at this scale. So you pick one point.
Closer as you can, yes?
Closer as you can, because it's the dimension of the pixel at this scale is different from the dimension of the pixel at this scale.
I saw you have front camera, left camera, backward camera. So stereoscopic mode is working with Ladybug or with these cameras, or it's not different?
This is a Ladybug camera.
It's Ladybug, yes?
Yes, it's Ladybug. So
yes, but I saw your selection. It's orientation, yes? Just
yes,
orientation, front, right camera.
These are the sensors of Ladybug, nothing more.
Okay. So can we imagine a situation, yes? You are measuring a road, and in some situation you have a possibility to take off. Maybe it's not possible, but you have ability to take off Ladybug, yes, and to go into some yard. Maybe you can't go by the car in this yard, yes, some territory, yes, and can you take 5 or 4 images, yes, and after that in Office you can calculate the coordinates of the yard, or it's not possible when the point cloud is not available?
I didn't understand. What do you want to do? Something like stop and go?
No. Now we are having situation like this there, yes? We are going on the road. We can see the building, yes?
Mm-hmm.
But with the car, I can't go on the roof.
Okay.
But I can go on the roof with just with the ladybug. Maybe GPS on, I don't know. So I go with the ladybug on the roof, and I take some photos, 5, 6, I don't know. But there won't be point cloud.
Okay.
So is it possible to compute these two different measurements in one place and to recalculate some constructions of the roof?
No, using the same, or better, you can use your ladybug as a photogrammetric camera. This is not a problem.
Yes, but
you can import.
So I can measure measurements with the point cloud and on the roof with the ladybug. Yes.
Yes, you can go on the roof with ladybug, make some stereo photogrammetry survey. You must take present to have some common data from the point cloud on the road and point cloud and photogrammetry on the roof, and after link it as a ground control point. You can do it, but it is not included in a normal survey of our system. For our system, for example, the GNSS antenna is linked to the ladybug. If you move the ladybug from our system, you leave the IMU without GNSS signal. But anyway, you can mix up a stereoscopic survey with our laser survey using a good amount of ground control point. It's not a problem. You can import.
So I can't take off the ladybug, yes, of the car. And
during a survey with our installation, no. We can discuss to prepare a different installation and put the GNSS antenna on another side, not linked to the ladybug. And then at that point, you can move the ladybug. You stop your survey, you unmount the ladybug, go where you want with the ladybug. Yes. After you return, put again on the ladybug, and you can continue surveying. Yes.
So ladybug shouldn't be with the GPS, RTK, I mean. Or it should be, or it can be.
Ladybug can be used on a desk without GPS, without no problem. You can use Ladybug as a traditional camera. You only need a computer to press rec, nothing more, or an iPad. I think you can control the Ladybug with an iPad. Okay,
so. Another question, maybe I missed it. Yes, I missed it on the beginning. I saw the end, like you showed the requirements of the system, and I wanted to ask, what about your system, which you are working with?
Now the system I'm using for the webinar is the minimum. System requirements, 8 GB, and I have, it's a mix-up because I have 8 GB of RAM and I have 1 GB OpenGL card. And it's working quite good.
And
it's working quite good, and the data are on our server. I'm not in local disk, so it takes...
8 GB RAMs it is possible to work with, yes?
Yes. You can see in real time the point cloud. Quite good.
Okay. So, another question about plugin of AutoCAD, yes? Does your plugin works with 3D AutoCAD, or it can be two-dimension AutoCAD. I mean, in our country we have CAD, which have a plugin of some, like I said, a plugin for our pipelines and so on. And there is some 3D functions on this CAD, but not the full completion. So does your software works not on the full 3D CAD platform?
Just a moment. So our software works on AutoCAD, AutoCAD 3D, but not on AutoCAD LT. I don't know if you are talking about AutoCAD LT.
Yes, our CAD is called AutoCAD 3D, Map 3D, but it's not fully have full functions of 3D. I mean,
I think it's not a problem, because no, it's not. If the release of AutoCAD is AutoCAD 3D, but you have not all the 3D tools, all the 3D functions,
yes.
all the 3D stuff, is not a problem for us, because you cannot use that, but you can use our plugin. Anyway, the last word is to try an installation and check it.
So the next question was about trial version. Can we get it with the data?
Yes.
Yes.
We are preparing a viewer, a demo version. You can test it. The only thing you cannot do is export data and save drawings and so on.
So it's not possible. You are just preparing it, yes?
No,
or it is possible already?
After Easter, it can be ready.
After, sorry, didn't hear it.
After Easter,
what?
Easter. The next week.
Easter. Okay, next week. So, I don't know. I don't have a question, I think. Maybe someone else.
But if you are scared that the plugin doesn't work on your kind of AutoCAD, in the same time, we will manage to organize a dedicated meeting to check deeper.
I hope it will work, because we are trying now other software which have 3D tools, so it is working.
No, I'm sure.
Maybe it should work.
The only version of AutoCAD product that we cannot configure is the AutoCAD LT. This is
no, it's not. It's AutoCAD Map 3D.
Okay.
It's lower. It's lower.
I don't see any problem.
Okay. So I don't know. I have no question. I'm just waiting for trial.
Okay. No, please send me an email. Just a reminder to organize a deeper meeting for all the things you need in AutoCAD. Now we talked about edge attributes, changes, and things we can manage.
So I think these attributes, hatch and other, I should discuss you with after trial. I think if the program will not fit me, so why you need to job like this, to do a job like this? So maybe we should first test trial.
We can discuss it by email. What is the best solution? If give you the demo and let you try, and after have a meeting, or have a meeting before and after give you the demo. Let's send me an email, and after that we can discuss it about it.
So please write it in the chat, and I will contact.
Sure. This one.
Thank you. And I can see the session is being recorded.
Yes.
Can I get it? Because
Sure.
maybe I could show for my colleague.
Sure, when it's ready, I create a Dropbox link and I'll send to you.
Okay.
I should have your email, but write down in the chat so I can write it down.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect. So, if there are no questions, I think that we can close this webinar.
Okay. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Thanks to you, thanks to everyone, and see you again for the next version.
Okay. Good day.
Bye-bye.
Sí, a mí.